want to say for clearing this examination. So first, I think today, see, we'll talk about how many questions that you have written and how many questions I feel you should have written and stuff like that. First question that you should ask is, how many questions did you attempt? You know, first question, see, we'll talk to each of you, don't worry about it. But first question that you should ask yourself is, how many questions did you write? See, don't think about this logic that this question paper I have already seen. This question paper was the last question paper I attempted. Then I have it in the PDF, whichever this is there. Key I had, computer I had. While I solved it. See, along with you, I also solved it. See, that is when I will find out. Even today, see, in the hall I have marked it correct. Here I am marking it wrong. In the hall I have marked it correct. This keeps on happening. That is what I said. Anybody teach, that is what, even for example, let us assume that civils, UPSC chairman, you ask them to write in the 2 hours. See, I had 2 hours only. They will make several mistakes. First thing, please understand it. Okay, don't get into this habit of, no, I have attempted wrong. Please throw that away. Think about first question, how many, see, this question does not count, this counts actually. This counts. You should know how many questions did you attempt. In that, what I will tell you. Then, so as to the question of why I prefer, UPSC question paper, think about in this way. You should have a direction. Okay, that direction should not be the institute question paper. See, I'm going to give you a question paper. Definitely, we are going to solve that, and I'm going to discuss everything that you have to do and stuff like that. But always have it in your mind. Your aim and your direction should be given by UPSC question paper only. Only nirunda wrong ella edathilum kediyadu. See, indha edathila only correct. You know, don't go into this point. I think you are getting this fact. Your mind, and this is not something which I am speaking for UPSC or UPSC only. Idum correct da. This actually suits for every exam that you are going to write. Group 1, definitely you are going to write Group 1. RBI, think about it. Today only I was talking to my friend. See, I think I've told this. RBI is one of the most prestigious jobs that you can get, and salary is so high. That example, same logic da. See, whatever we are going to discuss is the logic. So the preference for civil services question paper that I have is specifically because of that. You should not be misled into thinking that if I solve 1,000 questions somewhere, I will be led to an cutoff clearing habit. That will not happen. See, today you attempted this. We'll see. I'm going to talk about how many questions you made correct and wrong. I'm going to talk. Even today, you don't think that you can score 100 out of 100. You know, even if you know this question paper several times. So that is why always have it in the back of your mind, and in the front, always UPSC question paper. Our question paper, we are going to talk the methods, logic, and stuff like that. You get this idea? So this is the first question. So you have to decide how many questions you are comfortable with. I'm going to talk about, while solving the question paper, I'm going to talk about what is the comfortable number that you should have, or what you can prefer. So from that, you have to take your lead. Yeah, see, this has to be done for 4-5 months. You will decide and finalize, this is the number of questions I'm going to mark in March and April. That time we'll position, okay, sir, I'm comfortable. Don't position it now. See, that topper said 60, this, no. Or I said 87, no. This is my preferred thing. You will come to your position when you come to March. See, this applies for everyone. It's immaterial of how many attempts that we have given. We are always at the starting stage. Okay. See, that is why second point, the logic. The third point is very, very important. See, lots and lots of reading should be there. Lots and lots. Okay. See, in 5 minutes, I will start, explaining the questions and things. So I just wanted to give this introduction because people are scared to read. Okay. See, I'll tell you this logic. See, the reading should be like this. This is mains. This is prelims. Prelims, you have a very wide understanding. Don't see today, don't go into this habit of 2 questions only culture they will ask. So I will skip that. Don't go today. April, I will tell you. April, when it comes to April, because April, when it finishes, I will tell you. But today, have this habit of, it's called as ஒரு சாப்பாடு ராம ஏதோ ஒரு நேம் சொல்லுவாங்க, engorging, something like that. Okay, இதுங்க ஃபுட் இந்த மாதிரி எதை CSAT மாதிரி ரீடிங் காம்ப்ரிஹென்ஷன், டெல் மீ a word like that. ஃபுட்டிலாம் வேர்ட் இல்ல, இந்த சென்ஸ் வந்து engorging, or devouring. It's called as devouring. It's like an monster devour. You should keep on doing that. Okay, wow? This is very, very, see, this is what will clear you. How much ever I say a lot, see, I'll tell you all the logic, whatever logic, we'll talk about every possible logic. But it is going to be helpful only when you read. Ingeyum only correct da, wrong illa. If and only you read, it will actually come true. Okay, wow? So this is the third point. Fourth point, think about this very clearly. See, 7 months consistency. This 7 months, please take it. See, if it goes waste, waste. It's okay. Life level waste. 7 months, very hard. See, it is very hard to ask for somebody 7 months. But I'm asking you the next 7 months, because as that day we were talking about that, the 3 days, 4 days, 3 days is okay. Don't take 20 days, or don't go into this 20 days break. Something which I have, எனக்கு மைண்ட் சரியில்லை. See, even if health, point somebody will lose their health. Mains it happened. For example, some person was there, so some operation happened, he went away in between. Health see, எனக்கு தெரிஞ்சு I have not missed any prelims or mains in 12 years. It was a privilege. அதான் சொல்றேன். From 2010 to 2019 till I wrote, I did not miss even a single prelims, mains, or an interview. அதான் சொல்றேன், somebody up there would have liked me. எந்த பிரச்சனையும் எனக்கு வரல. But many people have some operation, they will have some problems, family issues will come, social circle problems will come, friends problem will come. So much is going to happen in this 7 months. What I am asking you is, whatever happens, don't let go of this 7 months. One time. See, after that, we'll see what. The one time you do this, all this will work. Whatever we are speaking, you go into the hall in May 26. It will clearly work. The consistency is very important. You have to, and one more thing, consistent na padikama veetla ukandittu irundha appadi illa. You have to read. As I said, lots and lots of reading, including newspaper. Okay, and the last point is logic. This exam, remove this idea that this is a guessing exam, this is a hard exam, this is an exam for all the under the sun exam. This is a logic based exam. This is a probability based exam. See, this exam if it is not probable, do you know that in the universe if you strike like this, see, I have to strike at this point in a show. So from here I am striking. The exact point will not come twice or thrice. Maybe somewhere. 8 times prelims clear achuna, meaning enna, there is a probability in that. It's not a linear. I read this, I cleared. No. You are understanding? If it is a linear based paper, or if it is like a GK based paper, 8 times it will not clear. The point I understood from this exam is that, see, I think I've told this many of the times, mock test I scored very badly, but here it will come, because my path will be UPSC question paper. My path will be, see, here if I score 70 or 80, or 80 questions, what good is it going to make? நான் வேணா போட்டுக்கலாம், சும்மா நான் இதுல டாப், see, சொல்லிக்கலாம், டீ கடையில எல்லாம் நான் டாப்பர் ஆயிட்டேன். You think about this. Seriya? Then only I am saying it can be cleared. If it does not happen like the way it happened for 8 times, I would not tell you this is the way. I would actually go back and see. I have written group 1 3. I think I've told this group 1 3 times mains. I have never used anywhere that இந்த மாதிரி group 1 இப்படி எழுதுங்க நான் சொன்னதே கிடையாது. ஏன் சொல்லல? எனக்கு அது பாயிண்ட் என்ன போக மாட்டேன். Geography option 4 times I've written. But Anna, I will never say in the geography option like you do all these things. Then only you will clear. No. PubAd I have written. Psychology irke. எதுக்குமே நான் வாய் திறக்க மாட்டேன். Anthropology na I will tell. Wherever I know the trajectory, there only I am saying things. Prelims la I know exactly இப்படி தான் போணும். இப்படி அடிச்சா அது வரும். இதான் பாத். Lots of reading, logic and consistency. And one more thing, the usage of materials will definitely arise. Now, the fear of missing out will come definitely. What I would suggest is that, see, Buddha is my favorite person. So it's not an extreme path. Extreme path is for the YouTube. Because people have to understand this, that, see, what they are doing is stupid. Paper, when, I think I've told this several times. See, I've spoke to person who is correcting this examination. He is the head of the correction, some GS acumen alla pala thara solta. When I spoke to him, he's saying just simply, sir, eppadi sir padikano na keten. Why don't you read newspaper abindrar? Simple ah soltu poitar. Why didn't he refer to any institute materials and things like that? Because he knows that this is what is giving them marks. Correction pandravar solren. But Anna, as I said, YouTube la I took an extreme stand because people have to understand that this material and all are misleading them to a hell. But for you, what I would suggest is because in the fear irukum, whether I'm doing it whether I'm doing it correct, you will question yourself itself. Okay? What I would suggest is that read newspaper, read the books. March la PT 365 will come, so you can use that. Don't worry about it. Everything will be covered in that. Now you read everything. See, you search for everything. Now why do you waste in monthly current affairs? Don't do that. March la, you get this idea. March after 15 and 16, all the PT 365 I myself will solve and tell you also. So don't worry about that. Whether I am going to miss out any topic in solran, you are not going to miss out any topic. PT 365 will come. You read the newspaper and the books. I will also solve all the PT 365 and tell you the output before you go into the hall. Is it okay? Deal? Done deal? So shall we go? See, we'll solve one. See how long we can. This is something which I am choosing. So, for example, I chose 87. This is comfortable for me. 87 to 92 was my position. But Anna, I chose after a long time of deliberation. That is what I am saying. See, you also have to fix. But we will deliberate in March whether you are. See, from today itself, we are going to talk. But March, you fix it. But definitely not. See, I am not an believer in this. Again, there will be exceptions. There will be toppers. They would have cleared. I am not saying anything. They cleared and they went at one time. It's a game of. See, in the game of probability, sample space should be high. You get this idea? If a linear anda 60 k 60, 50 k 50. If it's a game of probability, the sample space has to be high for you to make into the through. If the sample space is high, there is a higher chance. Lower chance. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm saying lower chance. So not less than 60. Can we fix that? But what I would, tell you today is, 75 and above. Try this. See, if it is creating a lot of issues, we will work it again. But 75 and above in every paper. And especially if it is an UPSC paper, definitely. Okay, va? So can we go? One question I will discuss. See, I'll talk about the logic of the question. Then I'll talk about the answers, whatever logic that is there, and I'll show you what mistakes I see here. B and C mistaken, people keep asking la. B and C, how do I, so one question I will go. First, I'll start with that question. Okay, 2 hours, is it okay? 2 hours vechikkalama. We'll have a time. See, other 2 hours na 2 hours fix panikalam. Yeah. 2 hours okay, dara. Any class you get? அது tough தான். It's very very tough. And see, அதான் என்ன அவுட்டிங்னா நான் உட்கார்ந்து பேசிட்டே இருப்பேன். அது வந்து எனக்கு என்னடா உங்களை பார்த்தா பாவமா இருக்கும். சாப்பிடாம உட்காந்து நான் போய் சாப்பிட்டு வந்தேன்னு சொன்னேன். ஹார்லிக்ஸ் குடிச்ச இது ஹார்லிக்ஸா இல்ல? ஓகே ஓகே. See, first question, I'll take this question and see, logic, we'll talk every question's logic. I'll show you the question. So what is the answer for this, 99? What is Cas9? And along with this, I'm going to give you certain homework. In a sense, you should transform your studying methodology according to the way I'm going to talk about. சரியா? Cas9 protein that is often mentioned in the news. You know what is the answer for this? Yeah, sure la. Sure. See, Anna, you know that, right? This is 2019. I had written anthropology 4 times. You know that this is a 2017 question. This question, Kirti, அந்த question இருந்தா அப்படியே எனக்கு அம்ச்சிட்டேனா எனக்கு டக்கு அப்படியே காமிச்சிடுவேன். In the sense, see, I had written 2017 la I cleared the exam. 2019 la I'm writing. So this is my fourth time writing anthropology. And I got very interested in anthropology. I started reading like anything in anthropology. So இப்போ இந்த CRISPR Cas9 gene editing la நம்ம கிளாஸ்ல சொல்றதெல்லாம் அது படிச்சதுதான். But Anna, I'll show you what I did in the hall. Okay va? See, this is for not for, இது போய் இல்ல இது என்னன்னா, once I did like this. Okay va? YouTubeல ஒருத்தவங்க இருக்காங்க, அவங்க நான் சொன்னேன்னு நினைக்கிறேன். நான் பேசின தப்பா பாரு, எல்லாம் தப்பா சொல்லி கொடுக்குறான், அந்த மாதிரி கிடையாது. I just want to, show you hall what happens. Okay, hall there happens a lot of issues which you may not even understand. See, this is the question. Okay. Okay. See, this is the question. Do you see this? This was the point is that this is see, I have not slept. For 2-3 days. சரியா? I come to the hall. The 99 last la irukku. So I will obviously have drained out history எல்லாம் பார்த்து drain ஆயிருக்கும். See, when I come here, இங்க பாருங்க. See, look at this. இப்படி. Then I think this also, because I have written so many times. இப்போ I have written so many times, 9 times. Clouded by perception. Because every question paper from 2012 has a question on biotechnology, gene editing. Correct? But adanaladhaan Kirti, in the sense in the sense you should read and question paper your supplementary. What happens if you use only question paper na? The problem what happens is that like this you will start thinking inside the hall. So I thought in this question paper biotechnology is missing. Correct? So I thought Cas9, why should it not be biotechnology? This gene makes the plant BT technology. Look at this. Iduva. See, B and C. Idhula C idhula B therida. C therida paranga. Lighter alla nallave theriyum. Lighter therida paranga. See, first I mark C da. Then adula Eva C. See, I'm breaking my head. In the hall, this is what happens. This is my own, my own paper. Either one day you should understand. You should not worry about, see, sir, so many times I get only this A and B, C and D. It should happen to you. If it is not happening, then that means you are actually not studied at all. You get this idea? So ipo point enna in the see one thing with each question I'll talk about one way of you learning. In this question what you should understand is that look at this concept of question paper, UPSC question paper, not mugging up. See, I have mugged. If a point, you have, let us assume that you have, know all the answer for this. If I give you the question paper, so I gave you the question. So you obviously this question paper has been there for so many days. Did you score 100 out of 100? Yeah, 100 uncha. Huh? See, why is it not happening? It will not happen. What I am trying to see, so number of questions, this many marks, don't think in terms of that. Think in terms of what kind of a question they are asking. How should I move? See, how should you move from today is these are the things they are concentrating. So if they concentrate, see this 2017 the point ulla iruka enga irukku endha question paper la bag illa idula phone la illaya okay so see so first point is you have to be wary of this. So we'll go to the first question. So this question I especially wanted to show you because so many questions can go wrong inside the hall. Which one? That's a match the following. See what I am trying to genuinely say is that we should not think about this examination linearly. I am talking about. You get this idea? So first question, faster. First 2 hours. 2 hours we'll faster solve. 2 hours. So zamindari system and jagirdari system. What is the answer for that? Okay. Okay. Answer is D. Okay. So answer is actually D. So now see, you have read the question. I have also read the question. So I'm not going to go into the very in-depth details for every question. But look at the way of the question. See, like this, when you read, each of these things you should read. You should read about Jagirdar. You should read about Zamindar also. Because they will mandatorily give all these things to confuse you. See here, if you do not know Jagirdar, it's okay. If you know Zamindar, it's okay. You will actually mark this. Zamindars were holders of. See, from today, don't go into this habit of only. See, I am not a person who is going to do that. So only now do this because he was also one more. He was Nabil. He was also telling me that and or something like that. Wrong. We are not going to approach that. We are going to approach whether this is logically true. Zamindars were holders of revenue rights without obligation to perform any duty other than revenue collection. Land assignments to Jagirdars were hereditary and revenue rights of Zamindars were not hereditary. In the point I understood the fact that first is wrong. Okay? They had other duties also. See, next point, 3 layers solve it. 3 layers what I am meaning is that first thing that you have read, whatever you have read. The second thing is like see, A plus B is equal to 2, something like this, or 3, sorry, something like this. If I give somewhere, you have to put this number and see, correct? So what I am saying is that inge vandu variables la you put this and see. Variables la put it. Zamindar nu or variable, Jagirdar nu variable da. Idhula you put and see whether these people are hereditary and whether it would be correct. Third I will use. See, this is my favorite. The cinema I will use. I will use this. I repeatedly say in class. Okay, why do you use so much of cinema? Many of the questions, you know that இது ஒரு முரளி படம் ஒன்று இருக்கும். முரளியும் தெரியாதா? முரளியும் ரகுவரனும் ஒரு மூவி இருக்கு. அதுல வந்து ரகுவரன் இஸ் ஜமீன்தார் தான். இஃப் ஒன்லி ரெவென்யூ கலெக்ஷன்னா அந்த மூவில ரெண்டு பேருக்கு சண்டை வந்திருக்காது. இப்ப கரெக்டா தானேங்க இல்லையா? See, I use this. நான் சும்மா ஜோக் அடிக்கல, நிஜமாவே சொல்றேன். பட் ஐ வில் டூ ஆல் தீஸ் திங்ஸ் அண்ட் யூஸ். லாஸ்டா கன்ஃபர்மேஷன்ல யூஸ். ஆனாலும் நான் அது தப்பா தான் போட்டிருக்கேன் பாருங்களேன். ஃபர்ஸ்ட் क्वेश्चन பாருங்க, இதுங்க முத்து படத்துல கூட இருக்குல்ல, see something like that. பட் ஆனா பாருங்க, I have put wrong only. But that does not hurt me. I cleared this exam. இவ்வளவு பேசுறேன் சொல்றேன்ல, அமிச்சிட்டீங்களா? இப்போ நான் அது காமிச்சிடுறேன். So like the question that I asked you to go for, from this question you should understand that history, why do I keep on asking you to read? I am not asking you to read any king's name. I am asking you to read like this. In a sense, if they have given a question like this is a system of Jagirdari is a system in Mughals and stuff like that. Zamindari then came subsequently, but there were land systems starting from Maurya till the Britishers. See, Chola had a land system. They had this concept of dividing different lands based on their fertility, and they will assess the revenue. Have you seen? Do you know that? Cholas, ipo point enna, if I know this, there was a question that Mughals were the person who introduced land revenue based on assessment of fertility. There was a question. I don't have to know any king who introduced who what law. I know for a fact that Chola kings introduced this. Okay la AC. Okay. இல்ல if it is ரொம்ப கூலர்ச்சுனா கொஞ்சம் சொல்லிடுங்க, ஓகேவா? See, because அதான் எனக்கு பாவமா இருக்கு, 2 மணி நேரம் எழுதி இருக்கீங்க, then again 2 hours, ஓகேவா? It's going to அதுக்கு நீங்க தான் கிளாஸ் கேட்டீங்க, நான் இன்னைக்கு லீவ் விட்டுறலாம் தான் சொன்னேன். நானா சொன்னேன் இன்னைக்கு கிளாஸ் வைக்கலாம்னு? So you get this idea. So how do you history, you have to start, our portion start with polity தான், but you are going to start history. You are not going to start in March. You get this idea? I'm going to talk about, when we start taking classes, I'm going to talk about what and all chapter. But what I am trying to say today is, you start it from today. You read it like one chapter in a week or something like that. Understand and read. Not the king's name, this king did this, king that. You read what is the understand. If Mauryan is something irukna, what kind of a system they were having? எல்லாமே இந்தியன் லெவல் எல்லாருமே சிக்னிஃபிகன்ட்ங்க. நான் அதை தான் திருப்பி சொல்றேன். See, with this question na, you should understand, இதுல ஜகீர்தார் இருக்கு, there is an zamindar இருக்கு, there is an ikta system. In the same question paper it is there. Do you know that? Ikta system was 2000. Earlier they've asked this question. Ikta system or question இருக்கு. Mansabdari system, do you know? That is a Mughal system. Mansabdari was a system they used to ask before 2010. Mansabdariya everybody started to read. Ipo point enna, your notes and all irukilla, they are not, what to say, the judgment la onnu irukunga, adadu it in the notes irukilla, adu vandu in the question paper which they will design. They are not predicting anything. Na solra puriyudala? If you go to Mansabdari, UPSC will go one more direction. That is why I am asking you to learn the logic. You understand history, understand. If Zamindarku, Jagirdarku, Ikta system, what is the connection? What is the meaning of Ikta system? What is the Mansabdari system? History, you have to start from now itself. You get this idea? So second, can we go with reference to land reforms in India? Whole history, that is, you are going to read. Political history, you are going to have it as a thread. Okay, you are going to have it as a thread. You are going to read nicely. You are going to see why, what, because there is one more question here. It is about Akbar, Jahangir and stuff like that. See, you are going to read all these things, but what I am trying to say is that understand the logic. And the logic, if you understand, when you come later, I will tell you how to mug up. Don't worry about it. But now itself, if you take a decision that I have 2 questions, and the 2 questions வந்து நான் டிசைட் பண்ணுவேங்க. இப்போ நான் இத்தனை அட்டெம்ப்ட் எழுதிட்டேன், I have to go to interview, I have to write again. I decide like that. இப்போ என்ன கேட்டீங்கன்னா நான் படிக்க மாட்டேன். இப்போ என்ன see அது தெரியும்ல, that was one fall for me as well, because I used to read world history எல்லாம் படிச்சேன், பட் ஆனா இந்த ஹிஸ்டரி படிக்க மாட்டேன், because I know this history. See, I have, you know, later attemptsல படிக்கல. All this led to my fall ன்னு சொல்றேன். You get this idea? Don't இது see, இந்த trick, first point trick கிடையாது, logic தான். Second point, you have to read. Third point, don't go into this habit now itself ன்னு சொல்றேன். இப்போ புரிஞ்சிருச்சா? So second இது, with reference to land reforms in India, which of the following? Answer B ஆ? பாருங்க ரெண்டு அடி பாருங்க. See, I put the ceiling of, see, it happens. First ரெண்டு question இது. Answer is B. Okay, major, see, you think about it, and the major aim of, they are saying major aim like this, you please. And one more thing, whatever I say, இது வந்து logic, trick சொல்லி தரலனா. ஓகேவா? இங்க பாருங்க, if the wording you should read ன்னு சொல்றேன். Major aim தான் சொல்றாங்க. They are not saying one facet of land revenue. Major aim was yes, but here I had a confusion of, you know, maybe அது